March was Kidney Cancer Awareness Month, and there's no shortage of stories about the courage many have to battle it, including 11-year-old William, who is cancer-free after a long fight. Joining us with more is TJ Hodgkinson, CEO of the Wilms Cancer Foundation. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us, Jennifer. We appreciate it.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the Cancer Foundation, and that was founded right here in BC, and how it was inspired by William and his fight? Can you tell us a little bit too about what Wilms cancer is?
Yeah, absolutely. Wilms cancer is actually it's a kidney cancer, and it's the number 1 childhood kidney cancer, and in fact the 4th most common childhood cancer overall. You know, the foundation was set up in order to support children, families, and healthcare organizations and professionals that are tackling the disease on a daily basis. We're an international organization, charitable organization, but as you've said already, we were inspired, we were founded and inspired by my son, William, who was diagnosed with the disease when he was 7 years old and underwent a 4-year battle against it.
And he's doing, how did the battle go for him?
Well, you know, it was a long battle, but what was 4 years, but what was so shocking was that right up until he was diagnosed, he was like any other child. He was playing football, hockey, swim kids, you name it. And then out of the blue, he complained of a tummy ache. I took him to the local hospital just to get a checkup, thinking perhaps he needed a flu shot or something like that. And 3 hours later, he was diagnosed with stage 4-5 kidney cancer, known as Wilms, which is WILMS. And we were rushed to the BC Children's Hospital, to what was then the brand new Tech Acute Care Centre, where they assembled a medical team. And it was discovered that his cancer had metastasized from his kidney through to his lungs, and he had a further 9 tumors on his lungs. Wow. And, you know, underwent major treatment, protracted treatment over 4 years, including chemotherapy, radiation therapy, lung operations, cancer, kidney removal, and ultimately last year he had a bone marrow and stem cell transplant, which at this point would appear to have been successful, and he is clear for the first time in 4 years.
Fantastic news. That is very good news. So your foundation obviously aiming to help others who unfortunately have to go through this. Can you tell us a little bit about the funds that you were able to raise that will go towards much needed awareness and programming?
Well, absolutely. I mean, one of the tragedies about the disease is that it is actually very treatable if it's caught early. And so, you know, the foundation, you know, naturally the motivation from our perspective was to try to generate awareness of the disease so that we could drive down the number of late detections and catch the disease early, but also to support those children and families that were coming through that we saw, and try to really avoid them going through what we had gone through as a family. That was the initial motivation. So, you know, as you said at the beginning of this March was Kidney Cancer Awareness Month. There were a number of events going on across the world, in fact, and right here in BC, there's been events taking place, and most recently we actually were at Kia West in Coquitlam, who were kind enough to raise some money for us. And I have to say that, you know, Kia West have been absolutely amazing to our organization. They backed us from day one. You know, they had a month-long awareness campaign throughout March and raised just over $12,000 for us, okay. which is wonderful support.
Fantastic support, and thank you too for putting together the foundation, helping so many other families and children. That is TJ Hodgkinson, CEO of the Wilms Cancer Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.